Folks, how are you? Um,
Hello.
it's Melissa Martinez, and this is,
I'm Justin.
and we are your Quinnen Street Project drama teachers. So we are going to come into your class through Zoom for 12 weeks, and we are going to teach you how to do drama. We're going to teach you how to take a story and bring it to life. Oh, how do you do that? How do you take a story and bring it to life? Well, first, you have to figure out your 3 tools of an actor, right? Tools are something that we use that help us do something, right? Like a hammer will help us hang a picture. A ladder will help us get to the roof, right? So your tools of an actor are the things that help you be an actor. So your 3 tools of an actor are your body. Everyone say it with me. Body.
Body.
Voice. Everyone
Voice.
say it with me. Voice.
Voice.
And your imagination. Everyone say it with me. Imagination. Excellent. Your body, your voice, and your imagination. Those are your 3 tools of an actor that will help you be an actor. And what exactly is drama? So drama is using those tools of an actor in order to tell a story. So we're all going to use our imaginations, our bodies, and our voices to put on a play. It's going to be so much fun. And one of the things that we are going to do before we get into the acting part of it is every day we are going to warm up. So why do we warm up? You guys know when you take out some spaghetti from a box and it's cold, right? And you go like this, what happens to that spaghetti? It breaks, yeah? So we wanna make sure that when we are doing our theater and when we're doing our drama, that we don't break our bodies, our voices, or our imaginations, right? Because once you put that cold spaghetti into a warm pot of hot water, that spaghetti gets all soft and noodly, right? And then you bring it out and you go like this, what happens? It does not break, right? So that's what we want to do with our bodies, our voices, and our imaginations. We want to get all soft and noodly and ready for drama. So let's warm up. So we're gonna do a little bit of a body warm up first. So everyone grab your hands and reach up to the sky, reach really tall. I don't want any bends in those elbows. Those fingers, I know you can't see my fingers, but they should be sharp like little spears. Reach up to the sky. And then I want you to drop your fingers, but keep your wrists up. Drop your wrists, but keep your elbows up. Drop your elbows, but keep your shoulders up. Drop your shoulders down and take a deep breath in and let it go. One more time. Stretch. No bends in those elbows, no bends in those fingers. Stretch. And drop your fingers, leave your wrists up. Drop your wrists, leave those elbows up. Drop your elbows, leave those shoulders up. Drop your shoulders all the way down. Take a deep breath in and let that go. Excellent, good job. Now we're going to warm up our imagination a little bit. So I want you to imagine that you have a big, huge crayon and it goes all the way up to the ceiling. Now look at that crayon, really imagine that it's there. On the count of 3, you're gonna shout what color crayon it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, purple! Excellent, good job. Now you're gonna take that crayon, put it on your head, and it reaches all the way to the ceiling, and you're gonna draw circles on the ceiling with that crayon. Ready? Circles on the ceiling with that crayon. Really big ones, as big as you can. Really big circles. Excellent, and now draw little itty bitty circles. Little itty bitty circles. And go the other way, draw circles the other way, little itty bitty ones, and then bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and all the way the biggest circles you can draw. So big. Excellent. Now take that crayon and break it in half, and put it on your shoulders and draw circles with your shoulders. Yep, excellent. Do a little crisscross action. Yeah, crisscross. Excellent. Now take that crayon, put it back together, and say, see you later, crayon. Ooh,
See you later,
See you
crayon.
later, crayon. Excellent. Now we are going to use our imagination again, and we are going to imagine that we are a ferocious lion. So show me your ferocious lion face. Excellent. And then we are going to imagine that we have a lemon. And we are going to take a bite of that lemon, and it's so sour. So we're going to squint our face and make a teeny tiny lemon face. Ready? Ooh, teeny tiny lemon face. Oh my gosh, that's so sour. Big giant lion face. Teeny tiny lemon face. And big lion face. And big lion face. Excellent. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to use your imagination and your voice this time, and I want you to give me a yawn like Sleeping Beauty. Ready? Nice big yawn just like Sleeping Beauty. One more time. Oh yeah, no one can wake this girl up. One more time. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now I want you to use your imagination and imagine that you are Maleficent. You are so evil. You have not been invited to the party. And I want you to give me one of your Maleficent laughs. Ready? And one more time, a Maleficent laugh. And last time, give me your Maleficent laugh. Excellent. Good job, my friends. And then the final thing we're going to do, also using our imagination and using our bodies, is I want you to put your hands on your hips, and I want you to puff up your chest and give me a superhero chest. Good. And give me an evil villain chest. And a superhero chest. Excellent. And an evil villain chest. Yes, showing how evil. Last time, superhero chest. And an evil villain chest. Excellent. All right, and one more time. Those are our 3 tools of an actor that we have warmed up. That is our body, that is our voices, and our imagination. One more time, say it with me. Body.
Body.
Voice.
Voice.
Imagination.
Imagination.
Excellent. And now, friends, we are going to learn our story that we are going to tell as a drama class. So for that, I take it away, Justin.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Miss Martinez. All right, so how we're going to do this is I am going to do a little share screen action. Oh, no, I can't share my screen right now. Hold on. Oh, and I'm going to...
Miss Anna, do you...
All right, so we're going to go off and start with learning our story for these next 12 weeks, which is super exciting. And what's really awesome is I'm going to read it to you so you can hear it and kind of imagine what's going on in the story and use your own imagination to kind of find the pictures in your mind. So, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And our story is Imani's Moon. So it's very exciting. We're going to go ahead and get started with this. All right, I'm sharing my screen so you all can see it. This is it, Imani's Moon by Janae Brown Wood. Go ahead and start off. Imani was the smallest child in her village. Look at tiny Imani, the other children teased. She's no higher than a lion's cub's knee. Careful, they called her. Don't let the meerkat stomp on your head. Mini Imani, you'll never accomplish anything. Day in and day out, the children teased her, and Imani began to believe them. Every night, Imani's mama lifted her spirits with stories. This night, Mama told her of Olopa, the goddess of the moon who fought a great battle against the god of the sun and triumphed. Do you think I could do something like Olopa? Asked Imani. I do, answered Mama. Even something like touching the moon? Even that, said Mama. But it is you who must believe. Mama kissed her forehead. Usiku munyama. Good night, Imani. Good night, Mama. That night, Olapa and Imani battled side by side in Imani's dreams. Together, they protected the people of the earth from danger, flew through the sky, and guarded the moon. Imani stood tall and brave on the moon with Olapa by her side. The next morning, Imani woke and inspired to do something great. Today, she told herself, I will touch the moon. Later that day, Imani made her way through the village. Look, it's Imani the ant, called one of the teasing children. Where are you off to? Teased another. Going to catch a ride on a beetle's back? I'm going to touch the moon, Imani answered Imani. The children laughed and followed her. As the moon grew higher and grew brighter in the late day sky, Imani began to climb the tallest tree. The bark scraped her small hands and legs. On a branch above, Nyaka the snake appeared. What's going on? He hissed. I'm going to touch the moon, answered Imani. That's impossible, Nyaka jeered. It's much too high. Imani climbed on. As she got higher and higher, climbing became harder and harder. She stretched herself to reach the next branch, but lost her footing and fell to the ground with a thump. Maybe I won't touch the moon, she sighed. That night, Mama told Imani about Anasi, the small spider who captured a snake to gain a name for himself. Mama, do you believe that a spider so small and weak could really capture a snake so long and quick? Imani asked. I do, answered Mama. Even if no one else believes it, Imani asked. A challenge is only impossible until someone accomplishes it, Mama said. Imani, it is you who must believe. Imani drifted to sleep and dreamed that she climbed to the top of the highest tree in her village, captured a snake, and made a name for herself. The next day, Imani searched the village and gathered twigs, leaves, sticky berries, and rope. Then she headed back to the tallest tree, sat down, and got to work. What's Imani the tiny up to today? Teased the children. I'm going to touch the moon, Imani answered. As the moon began to appear, Imani pulsed her creation into her arms. She spread her arms out wide and sprinted past the tallest tree as quick as she could. Imani's wings caught a gust of wind, and she soared as high as the treetops. What are you doing up there? Asked Nokwe, the chimpanzee, confused to see a flying human. I'm going to touch the moon, Imani called. You can't do that. Give up, mocked Sokwe. Imani flew on. Suddenly a strong burst of wind, too mighty for her delicate wings, sent her sailing into a tree with a crash. The children laughed and left her behind. I give up, she sighed. Heading back home, Imani heard her village gathering in celebration. The young warriors were performing Adumu, the jumping dance. Over and over again, the warriors jumped high into the sky, their heads caressing the clouds. Cheers and chants rang from the proud villagers. One of the warriors jumped higher than any other. This warrior seemed to fly. Imani could not look away. She cheered the loudest for him. At the celebration, Mama and Imani returned home. Too tired for a story, Imani went straight to sleep. Her dreams danced with visions of Adumu. The cheers and chants from her tribe still echoed in her head. When morning broke, Imani went to the tallest tree. The teasing children followed. She's going to climb again, they hollered. But instead, Imani jumped. One jump, two jumps, three. Each jump took her higher and higher and higher. Imani jumped all the way. As the sky grew darker, Bundi the owl flew by. What are you doing? He asked. I'm going to touch the moon, Imani answered. Don't fool yourself. You who won't make it, hooted Bundi. But Imani jumped on. Her body grew tired, her legs ached, her feet throbbed, and the children continued to taunt. But like a warrior, she jumped higher than each jump before. In her mind, she could hear only the cheers and chants of her proud village. She could see only herself as one of the warriors rising from the earth. She kept her eyes on the moon above, and felt herself getting closer. With a final push of her legs, Imani jumped once more and soared through the sky, through the night sky. She landed on the face of the moon. Olapa! Imani cried. I am here. I am Imani, and I've made it to the moon. So you have, said a voice in the wind. Welcome. Imani clapped, she laughed, she sang, she rolled in the moon dust and danced with excitement. As she celebrated, she noticed something shiny. She picked up this thing that dazzled her eye and turned it over in her hands. It was a small, round moon rock, her own tiny moon. A gift for you, Imani the Great, said the voice. Thank you, goddess of the moon, Imani smiled. Feeling lighter than ever before, Imani jumped one last time and floated from the moon towards the waiting earth. Down from the sky came Imani, the small girl with the small moon in her hand. All was quiet. No one taunted or hissed or mocked or hooted. The night Imani called to her mama. Can I tell you a story tonight? She asked. Which one? Asked Mama. It's the tale of the girl who touched the moon. Mama listened as Imani told her the story. Where did you hear such a tale? Asked Mama. Imani opened her hands and revealed a glowing moon rock so small and beautiful. It's my story, Mama, said Imani. I am the girl who touched the moon and was welcomed by Olapa, the one who believed. I am the one who believed. The end. Oh, amazing. What a fantastic story. I love that story. Okay, excellent. So right now, we are going to do a little bit of drawing. And you are going to be using your imaginations that we warmed up earlier to help you envision and see what you want to draw when from the story. I'm sorry, yeah. What do you want to draw from the story? And what comes to mind when you think about these different things? Like, do you think about like the wings that Imani made, or do you think about the moon rock or the snake or the chimpanzee? Whatever you want to draw, you can draw it. And just so you're aware, I'm going to read the story again. And obviously, since this is a video, you can obviously pause it and feel like if you want to take that time to pause and just kind of have your own time, that's cool too. But I also want you to be thinking about when you are doing your drawing, who are the characters in the story? Very important. Characters are very important in a story. So think about the characters. My goodness, there's so many. There's Imani, obviously. Easy, there's Mom. There's the owl. There's the chimpanzee. We can keep going on. But I'm going to read the story, and so you're going to find more and more characters as I read on. And then also think about, what's the story about? Well, I'll probably know what the story's about. So think about that. Let it percolate in your mind. Do all that good stuff. And then for the last one, what feelings does this story make you feel? Do you feel good by the end of the story? Do you feel like kind of sad at the end of the story? Do you feel sad in the beginning of the story? And how do your emotions and feelings change throughout the story? Things to think about. But now, so go ahead, gather all of your materials to draw whatever you want to draw based on the story. And I'm going to go ahead and start the story from the beginning again. And feel free to pause and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you can hear it. All right. So this is Imani's Moon by Janae Brown Wood. Imani was the smallest child in her village. Look at tiny Imani, the other children teased. She's no higher than a lion's cub knee. Careful, they called her. Don't let the meerkat stomp on your head. Mini Imani, you'll never accomplish anything. Day in and day out, the children teased her, and Imani began to believe them. Every night, Imani's mama lifted her spirits with stories. This night, Mama told her of Olapa, the goddess of the moon who fought a great battle against the god of the sun and triumphed. Do you think I could do something great like Olapa? Asked Imani. I do, answered Mama. Even something like touching the moon? Even that, said Mama. But it is you who must believe. Mama kissed her forehead. Usiku munyema. Good night, Imani. Good night, Mama. That night, Olapa and Imani battled side by side in Imani's dreams. Together, they protected the people of the earth from danger, flew through the sky, and guarded the moon. Imani stood tall and brave on the moon with Olapa beside her. The next morning, Imani awoke, inspired to do something great. Today, she told herself, I will touch the moon. Later that day, Imani made her way through the village. Look, it's Imani, the ant, called one of the teasing children. Where are you off to? Teased another. Going to catch a ride on a beetle's back? I'm going to touch the moon, answered Imani. The children laughed and followed her. As the moon grew brighter in the late day sky, Imani began to climb the tallest tree. The bark scraped her small hands and legs. On a branch above, Nyaka, the snake, appeared. What's going on? He hissed. I'm going to touch the moon, answered Imani. That's impossible, Nyaka jeered. It's much too high. Imani climbed on. As she got higher and higher, climbing became harder and harder. She stretched herself to reach the next branch, but lost her footing and fell to the ground with a thump. Maybe I won't touch the moon, she sighed. That night, Mama told Imani about Anansi, the small spider who captured a snake to gain name for himself. Mama, do you believe that a spider, so small and weak, could really capture a snake, so long and quick? Imani asked. I do, answered Mama. Even if no one else believes it? Imani asked. A challenge is only impossible until someone accomplishes it, Mama said. Imani, it's only you who must believe. Imani drifted to sleep and dreamed that she climbed to the top of the highest tree in the village, captured the snake, and made a name for herself. The next day, Imani searched the village and gathered twigs, leaves, sticky berries, and rope. Then she headed back to the tallest tree, sat down, and got to work. What's Imani the tiny up to today? Teased the children. I'm going to touch the moon, Imani answered. As the moon began to appear, Imani pulsed her creation onto her arms, spread her arms out wide, and sprinted past the tallest tree as quickly as she could. Imani's wings caught a gust of wind, and she soared as high as the treetops. What are you doing up there? Asked Songkwe, the chimpanzee, confused to see a flying human. I am going to touch the moon, Imani called. You can't do that. Give up, mocked Sokwe. Imani flew on. Then suddenly a strong burst of wind, too mighty for her delicate wings, sent her sailing into a tree with a crash. The children laughed and left her behind. I give up, she sighed. Heading back home, Imani heard the village gathered in celebration. The young warriors were performing Adumu, the jumping dance. Over and over again, the warriors jumped high into the sky, their heads caressing the clouds, and cheers and chants rang from the proud villagers. Ah, oh. One of the warriors jumped higher than any other. The warrior seemed to fly. Imani could not look away. She cheered the loudest for him. After the celebration, Mama and Imani returned home. Too tired for a story, Imani went straight to sleep. Her dreams danced with visions of Odumu. The cheers and chants from her tribe still echoed in her head. When morning broke, Imani went to the tallest tree. The teasing children followed. She's going to climb again, they hollered. But instead, Imani jumped. One jump, two jumps, three. Each jump took her higher and higher and higher. Imani jumped all day. As the sky grew darker, Boondy the owl flew by. "What are you doing?" he asked. "I'm going to touch the moon," Imani answered. "Don't fool yourself, you won't make it," hooted Boondy. But Imani jumped on. Her body grew tired, her legs ached, her feet throbbed, and the children continued to taunt. But like a warrior, she jumped higher than each jump before. In her mind, she could hear only the cheers and chants of her proud village. She could see only herself as one of the warriors rising from the earth. She kept her eyes on the moon above and felt herself getting closer. With a final push of her legs, Imani jumped once more and soared through the night sky, landed on the face of the moon. "Olapa!" Imani cried. "I am here, I am Imani, and I have made it to the moon." "So you have," said a voice in the wind. "Welcome." Imani clapped, and she laughed and she sang. She rolled in the moon dust and danced with excitement. As she celebrated, she noticed something shiny. She picked up the thing that dazzled her eye and turned it over in her hands. It was a small, round moon rock, her own tiny moon. "A gift for you, Imani the Great," said the voice. "Thank you, goddess of the moon," Imani smiled. Feeling lighter than ever before, Imani jumped one last time and floated from the moon towards the waiting earth. Down from the sky came Imani, the small girl with the small moon in her hand. All was quiet. No one taunted or hissed or mocked or hooted. That night, Imani called to her mama. "Can I tell you a story tonight?" she asked. "Which one?" asked Mama. "It is the tale of the girl who touched the moon." Mama listened as Imani told her the story. "Where did you hear such a tale?" asked Mama. Imani opened her eyes opened her hands and revealed the glowing moon rock, so small and beautiful. "It's my story, Mama," she said. "I am the girl who touched the moon and was welcomed by Olapa. I am the one who believed." The end. Yay. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Love it, love it. So, obviously, feel free to pause if you want to kind of pause here and continue to work on your drawings. But when you are done, go ahead and hold them up to the screen so I can get a good look at them. 1, 2, 3, go. Hold them up. Wow.
Amazing.
That's some really amazing work. I have to
So
say.
good.
It looks really, really good. I love the drawings of the moon and Imani jumping up and grabbing the moon. I love the drawings of the snake and the owls, all of that stuff. It's looking so fantastic. Great work, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh my goodness, you used your imagination to come up with the story and help you visualize and see the story, which is amazing, amazing work. So
you're going to be able to use that, the work that you did, the images that you created when we put on this play. So it's going to be really great. Before we go, let's do a quick check-in with our thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down, how we feel after drama class. So go ahead and show me your thumbs. This is how I feel. I feel pretty great. Mm-hmm. All right, excellent. And on the count of 3, we are gonna say drama class. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Drama class.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next.
Thank you.